Julia, is that what you need to do?
It's ready.
Instagram's checking connection. Oh, now I'm live.
Oh.
Welcome everybody to Slice of Rife episode 8. I don't know if you're watching us on Facebook. I don't know if you're watching us on Instagram. I don't know if you're watching us. But if you are, we got a live cook going on, guys. This is the first time we're going live on 2 separate platforms. If anything goes haywire, I don't have any sponsors yet, so who cares? Nobody's paying for this, guys. I'm just doing this because it's fun, and you guys seem to enjoy it as well. We have a whole lot of raffle winners here today. We got a lot of stuff going on. There is going to be the hand wash game going on. We also have the Slice of Rife drinking game going on. So if you guys are playing that every time we take a drink or every time somebody washes their hands, you're going to go ahead and you're going to have a sip of your beverage as well. We're going to have some actual studio participation today. I call it studio participation. Really, it's just my friends hanging out, because this is what we're doing. I got people hanging out. We got a full house. I got our raffle winners here, Micah. I have Jesse. I've got my mom here. My dad came as her guest because, obviously, I hope that's the way it works out. I learned why she loves me from him, so, here I am, just passing that down generation after generation. Enjoy that. Obviously, my wife is here as well. And then Poopy Pooley's back. And we also got Pabulo in the house here. I don't know if you follow either of them on social media, but they just did some awesome engagement photo shoots at Universal Studios. So if you see them, like them, share them. They are incredible. Hop on that. Always remember, go to whySheLovesMe.com if you want to get the ingredients to cook with us. Can I get all you guys up here? Everybody come on up. Come say hi to the audience tonight. Anybody that might tune in to watch. Micah over here. Everybody hop in here. We got a nice big kitchen. We can get everybody in here. I want everybody to see the squad that is here tonight. Yes. So hop on. Yes. This is a full house. Not tall. Tall and I'm knocking things over. That's Pat. That's in the house. It's okay. You're in there. Okay. So guys, this is what we're doing tonight. Wait, where's my wife? Yay!
Fashionably late as always.
So this is the squad we're cooking for tonight. We're going to have some fun though, and I'm going to show you that it's not that difficult to entertain even this many people on a budget. I've got 8 people here, right? Yeah. 8 people guys, total. This is the biggest slice under $100, guys.
Record set.
Biggest slice of ripe ever.
All right.
Get out of here until we get back to some actual prep work. We got aprons. I don't know which one of you's wearing the sexy lady apron, but one of you's wearing the sexy lady apron later. So let's start this show off right. Let's get this show going the way all Slice of Rife shows go. With a little song. Just a little song. Here it's Slice of Rife. Here it's Slice of Rife. Learn to please your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, or your wife. Well, you might think it's hard, but I've got some advice. Just tune in to my show. It's every other Thursday night. Pick up your supplies so you can cook along. Find them on a website called whySheLovesMe.com. And then on Slice of Rife, here it's Slice of Rife. Well, you can learn to please your pretty. Come on, man, let's please that pretty before somebody steals your pretty wife. Woo! That's how we get it going here. And oddly enough, the first thing that we're going to have to do is actually prep. Oh, you know what? No, let's not prep the peppers first. I want to save that. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get this meat going. Because this meat we can let simmer for a while, and it's really nice. The longer that it simmers in the sauce, the better it is. Make sure your ovens are preheated to 400 degrees because they're going to have to be for this, so get that going now. That way they have time to preheat while we do this up. Now, I'm making it for a lot of people, so I'm using a giant pot. If you are only making it for 2 people, you can use something smaller like this and use like 1/3 of the ingredients that I'm using. Just make less. Don't make as much. Unless you want to eat it for weeks, because you can eat it for weeks. There is a lot here. So we're going to go ahead, we'll take this first, and we're going to heat this bad boy up to about medium-high heat, because you want to get a nice little brown going on the turkey meat. And we're also going to get a little drizzle of olive oil in here. and we're going to cook some aromatics first. Now that's just, you know, kind of for my guests because it's fun to have some aromatics going on when you're cooking, but also I want that garlic flavor actually coming through in this meat later on when we stuff these peppers. That's right, if you don't know what we're making tonight, we're doing ground turkey stuffed peppers with cauliflower rice mixed in. This is actually the last one of our lean ingredients. I don't know if you guys can tell, but Daddy lost some weight.
Woo!
Yeah, that's right, I'm down 11 pounds in about a month. Okay, so I'm about done with the diet. That's it. I'm good. I had a cheesesteak the other day. Oh, I had a cheesesteak. But this is a lean ingredient. So we're still keeping this super healthy. You've got the turkey, which is limiting all that excess fat from the ground beef. We're using a little bit of cheese, but it's mozzarella and some parm. There's a couple of tablespoons of flour. Suck it. Like, come on, dude. It's a couple tablespoons. If that's going to kill you, if that's making or breaking your diet,
If
do like 5
push-ups
push-ups.
without giving up beer, I think a little bit of flour will be alright.
Yeah, but I'm not typical of everybody. I am quite the specimen of a man as I go ahead and sip the beer that I drank the entire time I was losing 11 pounds on a diet that was supposedly low in carbs and calories. I can't tell you the type of beer that I drink because they won't sponsor me. That's right. You come out, you throw a sponsorship, and you know what happens to this little koozie? You know how it slides off. And then suddenly right in your face, right here for all these viewers, is your logo. Just telling you what I'm making and all the good times that we're having. So for right now, you're getting my logo. And we'll just call this a homebrew slice of Rife. Ooh. If you're participating, that's a drink. So make sure you're having a drink as well. And I'm also going to wash my hands because you should always wash your hands before you get started. So let's get these washed up.
I just got a call from a beer company. They want to just negotiate with you.
Oh, yeah? Oh. All right, see, now you got your competition. Okay, now we're talking about me pitting one of you against the other one. So, you know, you might think you had the upper hand because I'm already drinking you, but you don't. I could easily switch to anybody. Anybody, honestly, but Bud Light. I'm sorry, I don't like your beer, Bud Light. Like, I just don't like
Oh,
it.
it was Budweiser on the
Was it? Ah, I ruined my competition. I'm sorry, Bud Light. You are not for me.
That's painful.
That's painful? That was painful? Oh, no.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. Oh.
It wasn't real.
All right, first thing we're going to get doing is we're going to take this garlic now, because this has had a chance to heat up just a little bit, and we're going to throw our garlic on in here. Okay, so that's going to give us our aromatics going. Now, since I'm making it for so many people, I'm using like 4 cloves of garlic here. If you're making it for less people, make it for less. I'm making for 8, so I used 4. So if you're making it for 2, figure it out. It's a 1. It's a giant 1. Do the math. If you can't do that, I can't help you. You got to turn off. You don't turn off right now and go to a library and read a book. I will always have that stance. All right, so these aromatics are going. Let's get a little stuff in here to stir this bad boy up with. You're going to see how simple this meal is, and you are going to wonder why you have not made this 1,000 times before. Because I don't understand.
You have a free lifetime supply of Miller Lite.
I turn off all of her notifications, everything that's supposed to be shared between devices on this, and somehow we're still getting phone calls. Is it still live broadcasting on Facebook at least?
Yes.
It is still working?
Yes.
All right, as long as it's still working, I guess we're good. Let's continue on. Sorry, I told you we were going to have some issues tonight. We haven't done this with two things before. Who was calling?
Someone from the UK. I don't
From
know.
the UK?
No, it's a scam.
It's a scam.
No, it's not. It's a sponsor. Pick it up. I'm going viral in the UK, guys. Before you know it, I'll be making spots of tea and biscuits.
It's on Instagram, and they just had to be part of
You
it.
gosh darn right they did. All right, this has gotten just slightly brown, but really what it's gotten is super aromatic. 1 to 2 minutes, that's all you need. Just put all this turkey in here. Okay, just throw the ground turkey in there. Look at all that. That has so much meat. Wow, I got so much meat. You guys, I hope you're hungry. I really hope you're hungry. Now that I touched that nasty turkey, though, it's not nasty. It's going to be delicious, but it's not something you want just hanging out on your hands for a while. I'm going to wash these puppies. So make sure you're having a drink if you're playing the hand wash game with us.
Wait, but isn't there something where we guess how many times you wash your
Yes, somebody, have I not explained the hand washing game yet? That's right. For all you new people, you can start typing in the comments section. guess how many hand washes I'm going to have tonight. If you guess the correct number of hand washes, and it's usually up there, I would keep it skyward of at least 10. If you guess right, you win a free t-shirt or sunglasses, and we'll send them out to you, shipping paid for, you're good to go. Also, make sure you like and share the video, because if you win that, you win the raffle, and that's how you come here, and you get to actually enjoy this whole experience with us, like all of these people are here. Tonight, you get to participate in the madhouse that is me cooking food for a bunch of people while having fun. So just keep stirring this around. Make sure you're constantly breaking up the meat. You don't want your chunks to be too large. You know, you want nice tiny chunks. This is one of those times, again in life, gentlemen, where size matters. But this time you want it smaller. You don't want it as big this time. You want nice and tiny, because the tinier it is, the more it blends in with that rice cauliflower, and then you actually have some deliciousness going on there. So there we are. We're going to let that cook for just a little bit. Now, while that starts to sear and that starts to cook, we're going to go ahead and we're going to have our raffle winners up here.
Yes.
Because it's time to prep these peps. 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 Prep these. That's enough of that. We can't keep doing that.
Oh, okay.
Let's get on up here. Let's go.
I'm coming.
Let's go. All right.
Gotta wash your hands.
Who gets the gray apron? Who gets the gray apron? You do gray. Okay, here you are. Gray apron. Let's tie this on for you. Let's get this little apron going here.
Thank you.
We have other aprons as well.
With me.
That's okay. You should. You should have your cup. You should have your wine with you. That is absolutely positive.
Oh, God, we failed.
Who's putting on the sexy apron? Who wants to say? Yes! Mama Dukes! I told you this is where I get it from. You tie yourself? You want me to tie? You good? My mom has rocked the apron before. And then you get my cool like leather fun apron. Yeah, that's the one I started out in before I wanted to depict my knife to everybody. And now I've gone and depicted my knife to everybody. Yes, that one's a little easier. And then I just toss it around the little inside and just pull it tight. It usually stays straight.
Sexy mama's in the house.
All right. So I'm going to show you how we prep the peppers here.
We forgot,
Okay?
hold on, so sorry. We forgot to mention to our viewers that their hand washes also count.
Yes,
Okay.
the hand washes of them also count. In fact, let's go ahead and take 3 drinks right now and add on to the list of those hand washes, because all of you need to wash your hands.
Micah did.
You already washed?
Micah did.
They're
No, I
super
need
clean?
to.
Wash your hands. We got to get some hand washes going on here. So make sure you're drinking when they wash their hands, because that is very important. And probably don't hold your knife like this, because you literally look like a serial killer about to stab somebody. And I just noticed that. Yes, I've got the Riri, which is funny because Riri is what we call my mom.
Yes.
That's what we would call her, Riri. Yes, Riri. You know, mother, all that good stuff. If anybody's seen Psycho. I'm going to have a drink as well because, you all just washed your hands. Yeah, don't forget your beverages. Cheers. Do not forget your beverages.
Wait, does Micah's previous hand wash count? That wasn't
Yes.
on tape?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 3.
Oh, it was on tape.
Oh, okay.
But it counts.
Well, you guys were using it.
It counts.
Girl.
Let me stir this ground turkey up just a little bit more. Don't forget, you need to make sure that you have your ovens preheated to 400 because we're getting to the point where we are going to toss these peppers in. All right. The way we're doing these, okay?
All right.
I like to hold them with the little tip down. So you want tip down, so it should dangle just like that. Okay, you see what we're talking about here? I'm not sure if you can see it, but it should dangle down. You want it to dangle down like it normally would. Okay, so you're gonna get that going on in there. And then I like to start right going through the top little green part. I do this only for plating. There is no real right or wrong way. If you just want to cut it right in half, cut it right in half. Not you guys, because I need these for plating. You have to follow along. Yeah, you have to do this exactly like I'm doing this. This is very important. All right, so we're going to start right down over the top. We're gonna go right through that little green stem, and then we're just going to pull it right through the side. Okay, so you've got it nice and open like that. And then the only other thing you want to do is you want to cut through the top just a little bit. Try not to pierce the outer layer of it too much. And we're going to peel this little outside guy out because we want to get all those seeds out of there, because those seeds are a little weird and spicy and you don't want all that in there. So you just rip that out of there basically. That comes right out. And then bam, you've got your little pepper boat. And you're set to go, but it's beautiful for plating. All right, so I did this one Let me finish this little eye off, and then I need somebody over here. We're going to get you a pepper. So we need somebody here, pepper. I'll have somebody use this same one I'm using, pepper. And then we need somebody else right here using this one, pepper.
Okay.
So slide right in there. Let me get this bad boy out of the way real quick. Just cut these out. Everybody saw, you guys saw how to do that? You're good? Let me get these out of the way and go right ahead. Let's prep these pep.
Okay, ready? Okay.
Spank those seeds out. You gotta spank them out sometimes. Make sure you spank the seeds good. You don't want the seeds stuck in there. I'm telling you, you don't want to eat them on accident. They're not fun. They're disgusting. And then they'll grow in your tummy, and before you know it, you've got things growing in your stomach. Yeah, that's right. They grow right in your tummy.
Look at that.
You already destroyed the pepper?
I told you I didn't want to do
We
this.
lost the pepper.
No, you didn't.
Okay, now you have to eat that one.
Look at this side.
What happened to my stem? My stem is, she circumcised the pepper. He's lost his manhood now. This pepper's lost its manhood. How's your pepper coming back here?
Oh my
Your pepper's great. This pepper's outstanding. It's a wonderful pepper. Mom, did you mess up the pepper?
No. Eat a half
My mom did? Oh, you ate, what happened to my tip?
There was no tip on there.
There's a tip. They all have tips.
Oh, well.
It's okay. You did a great job. You all did wonderful jobs.
We lost our tip.
Appreciating it. Jesse was the only one who's pepper.
Let the guests prep the peppers, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
Andy, look at this. Look at this stem. How am I supposed to conserve that?
She cut it right off.
Look at it.
Poor little pepper. He lost his little pepper.
Oh, but this one has this little stem.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at those. She paid attention to
Oh,
the
you
pepper.
paid
Well
To the
done.
pepper
I just
guy.
did it really carefully. Like way
Okay.
carefully than normal.
That's okay. We're here for fun. We're here to mess things up
That's
and have a good
okay.
time.
We can eat
You know
it.
what's great about things like that? It doesn't affect the taste.
No, it's still gonna be delicious.
I'll eat the broken.
It doesn't affect the taste. That's the that's the most beautiful thing about that. All right, don't forget, everybody, wash your hands. Everybody wash your hands. And we're not done. We're not done prepping peppers. No, we are not finished yet prepping the peppers. I have one more pepper. Who wants to cut the last pepper? Should I take care of it?
I think you better do
You
Not
think I should
me.
take care of it? Yeah, no, Mike is not allowed to cut any more peppers. Wait, you gotta talk to your woman about cutting peppers, bro.
Oh, don't try to.
She should be able to cut a pepper. Just saying.
Okay.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh!
Christina, you're getting all of these?
Yeah,
washes?
I got you. Just get 'em. You guys stop.
Yes, you're counting the hand washes, Poop?
Well, right now, Jesse has to wash it.
I mean, as long as the hand washes are being counted, don't forget to guess how many hand washes we're going to have, because you win a t-shirt at the end if you guess right. It's tough, but it's happened a couple of times on our 8 episodes, so it's not impossible. And always like and share the video, okay? That way you enter into the raffle and you get to come back next time. Visit whyshelovesme.com, pick up your ingredients. It's all good fun. That's all we're doing here. Somebody want to stir my turkey?
Yeah, I
just
was
a little
literally
bit?
about to. I was just
Stir my turkey a little bit.
Fine, I'm about to start.
Go ahead, stir my turkey some. We got a little caught up here because I
Sorry, Andy, I'm stirring your husband's turkey.
Ooh!
I apologize.
That's right, your fiance's in the room.
Hey!
Hey, we're talking a lot about turkey. Pat, don't start stuffing my wife. A whole lot of turkey talk going on over here.
Great.
Making me real uncomfortable. Me.
Hey, don't leave
Really
my
got
peppers
kicked
off.
uncomfortable. What are you talking about? I'm not cutting your peppers off. We're prepping these peppers. These peppers are hanging out. All right, we gotta get all these peppers
I
off.
know. That one is fine. Get a toothpick. We can stick it right.
Whoa, whoa. I tried toothpicks in episode 1. I lose those in food. Yeah, we don't do toothpicks anymore in this house. I use different things. Thank you, Turkey Stir.
You're welcome.
All right, let me move some of this out of the way. Let's get this over here. Who wants to finish off prepping these peppers? Because I want to teach us how to do this.
Jesse was so great.
You were. Yeah, you know what? Jesse wins the pepper cutting
Bravo,
contest.
bravo.
We didn't know there was one until now, so I'm sorry, but thank you both for participating.
Do I get
Even though we
something?
didn't even know it
You
was a
can get your
thing.
hair sunglasses.
Yes.
All right.
You don't already own
So what I want you to do now is I want you to drizzle them all with a little olive oil.
Okay.
We have olive oil right there for you. And then we're going to sprinkle them all with some salt and pepper and just rub them all over.
Okay.
So give them a nice ginger little drizzle. Yeah, you can be ginger about it. It's okay. It's got to go on both sides. Have some fun with it.
Be ginger about it.
You be ginger about it, but you know, be generous. Be
Not
generous
very.
and ginger.
Just ginger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Give me a little more top right on it. Give me a little more of that. I like that. Yeah. Now salt and pepper, and then we're just gonna rub them all over. We're just seasoning these peppers up. What they're gonna do is they're gonna go in the oven for about 10 minutes to soften before we actually stuff them. So they'll go in the oven for 10 minutes. We'll let them nice and soften and start to roast. And then what we'll do is we'll pull them out, we'll stuff them, we'll top them with some cheese, and we'll stick them back in so the cheese can crisp up. And it's gonna be delicious. But right now we're just gonna stir this turkey meat a tiny little bit, get this going. Get a light on here too, because it adds just a little. It's nice. Ah, this turkey meat's almost done. This is looking good. And it's smelling nice too with all this garlic.
It does. It smells delicious.
It does smell delicious.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at that, Jesse's sushi.
That's
I know.
Love it.
Yes. Yeah, all right, now
Rub
just rub them all over, flip them, rub the back sides, and we're going to end up putting them face down first. That way they also steam inside while they cook on the outside. I'm adding a little salt and a little pepper, the ground turkey right now, just to give it just a little something, something. So we'll add a little salt to this. We're going to add more later because we're putting tomatoes and stuff in there. We're basically making a ground turkey meat sauce, so to speak. So we'll have that going on. I'm washing my hands. Make sure you're taking a drink. Oh, that's nice. Hey, Pat, I like the way she rubs that pepper, bro. I see why you're wifing that.
I know.
Yeah. She's got a nice pepper rub, bro.
Oh,
Nice pepper rub.
Flip them over and rub their backsides. I was like,
Yeah, you always got to flip it over and rub the backside just a little bit.
Right?
Don't get too aggressive, but do
Can I
flip
get
it over and
drinks?
rub the backside.
Why did my mom say 5?
I know.
I was like, worrying.
All right, right now the ground turkey is about done. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the cauliflower rice because I just want that to heat up before we actually put the tomato sauce in here. You don't really need to cook this at all. We just want it soft
Wash
and it's
my
going to
hands.
simmer enough. Yes, hand
Hand
washing
wash.
going on.
Drink. And wash.
We've got cauliflower going in. I used about 2 cups for what I'm making. So dial that down or dial it up. However much you want to have in there, just go right ahead. Stir this in real nice so this can start getting nice and warm with this ground turkey. Oh, it's wonderful. I'm working on the setup, all right? I'm trying to get it so you can have, we'll have a little overhead cam so you can actually see what's going on in these pots while I'm cooking it. You can get a little better idea of what the ratios should look like. But I used 4 pounds of ground turkey and I used 2 cups of cauliflower rice. I don't know what that does measurement-wise because that's not easy to do in your head math like 1 and 2. These, beautiful. These are beautiful. Thank you, Jay. These are wonderful.
You're welcome.
Look at those. Look at that.
So that's it.
Now, these are going to go in for 10 minutes. If you're cooking less of them, it might only have to be 7 minutes, so just keep an eye on them. But the more you cook, the more heat you lose in the oven, so you got to be careful with things like that. Always stuff I learned. So those are in. Let's set a little timer. Nice little 10 minutes going on right there. Ground turkey looking good.
One of them was.
All right, I think it's time to add the sauce and start letting this thing simmer. So here's what we're going to do now. We're going to take this tomato puree, okay? So you should have tomato puree, and we're going to add this. Based off how I'm doing it, I'm going to need about 3 cans. 3 nice big 28-ounce cans. So if you're cooking the same amount, there you go. If you're using less, do the math, okay? I'm not here to do math. I didn't start a cooking show because I was good at math. Though I'm not bad at math, I just prefer not to do it on this occasion. If I'm doing math, I'm playing darts. That's kind of the way it works. I'm playing 301 or I'm playing cricket, and that's the only reason I'm doing a lot of math. So let's stir this up. Make sure sauce gets all over all the meat and it mixes in there. You should have a nice, generous consistency. It should be very thick. You do want it thick. You want more meat than sauce here. There should not be a loose sauce.
You stop.
No, you want this like your first, I'm not going to go there. But it should be tight, okay? It should be a tight sauce. That's all I'm saying. All right, we have about 2 tablespoons of oregano here. So I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of oregano in. Because again, I'm making a lot of sauce, so this has to happen. And also lower your sauce to about low, medium heat. So like a 3, maybe a 4, because we just want it to simmer now. We don't want it to bubble, because if it starts bubbling, it's gonna shoot right in your face, and you're gonna have it all over your face, and it's just gonna be sauce
All over
just
your face.
meaty meat sauce all over your face. And we all know that's not fun. You know, like, yeah, it seems like it might be a good time, but it's not. It's just dirty. It's tough to clean up. We have sweet basil now, and we have parsley. So I've got about a tablespoon and a half of the sweet basil, and I've got about a tablespoon of the parsley, and that's going in there too. So we'll throw those in there.
Season that up. You
We're going to
can't really
season it up with a bunch of salt. Yep, we're going to throw some more salt in here. Give it a couple nice big pinches of salt. Obviously, salt to your liking. If you like more salt or less salt, you do you. And we're going to throw the rest of this pepper in. It's like a teaspoon and a half, 2 teaspoons of pepper. Don't go nuts with pepper until you taste it. Okay? Because pepper, if you over pepper something, it's destroyed. So just don't do it. It's much better to be light on the pepper than it is to be heavy-handed with your pepper. We probably need a little more than that though, but that's okay. So let's get a little extra pepper in here.
There's a lot of meat in that bowl.
There is a lot of meat in this bowl. That's what she said.
Yeah.
I don't know why it was in a bowl. Let's not worry about that. Those are irrelevant facts, but they are facts. Let's stir all this up. This is looking like something that like an Italian grandmother would make, only better because I made it and I'm young and handsome.
It's like an Ina Gartner show. How do you say her name? Ina
I don't know what the hell you're talking
The
about.
Barefoot Contessa.
Barefoot Contessa. Ooh, that's the cute one, right? The Barefoot Contessa lady
No, you're thinking of Giada De Laurentiis.
with the big mouth.
She's too smiley.
She's the one that clearly has never eaten any of her own food.
Yeah, she's making all that and she's staying that thin.
I know.
I call BS.
Barefoot Contessa has definitely tasted her food, but she is such a good cook.
But she tasted her food too much. Ooh.
She's beautiful.
She is beautiful, you Barefoot Contestant. I like you. All right, we've got our peppers going. They've got about 7 more minutes before they're ready. We don't have to make the Parmesan cream sauce yet because we've got some time for that. I am going to have a drink because we're at one of those little relaxing moments. And we're going to do a nice little segment that we like to call Story Time with Chef Jeff.
Woo!
I'm also going to wash my hands
Oh.
because I was just touching a bunch of food and it's time to wash my hands.
Ayo.
Always time to wash my hands. So mark that down. Let's make sure we got that going. And you're going to be on the camera move for this?
Yes.
We're very low budget,
I'm
so
on
we
the
don't
camera
have
move, Mike is
multiple
on the
cameras
road.
around. What we have is multiple cameras attached to the same thing
She got it.
that we hope don't fall off when we move this. I shit you not, rubber bands are holding some of these
Yeah.
on. Okay,
Legit.
like there are
It's a
legitimate,
real classy affair. All right.
It's wonderful. There's legit.
I'm gonna
rubber
take you
bands.
guys with me. Woo! That's a real good angle. We like it. Hey guys, little wife or Rife action.
Look at that.
We're gonna get you situated right about here, Ski. Let me just make sure you can see things.
Make that happen for me. You got that.
Yeah, you
Yes,
know,
I need
maybe
my
a
glasses.
little further back, a little over.
We're gonna make a music video for
I think
this
we're good.
one day.
All right,
okay?
be ready.
There will be a music video, but for right now, you just get me.
Woo!
That's right.
There you go.
Let me pull this up. I don't know if you were here last episode, but yeah, we wrote an intro for this segment, and it goes a little something like this. Well, grab your pipe, get your spectacles, put on your robe and hide your testicles. It's time for story time with Chef Jeff. It's time for story time with Chef Jeff. Yes! Yes! I dig that song. I dig that song. So let me grab my pipe. Because I need my pipe. Guys, since I'm on a diet, I forewent the bubbles today.
Forwent.
Forgoed? For
I think it's
foregone? Forgone? I didn't put bubbles in the pipe today. That's not the first time. I'll never remember which way that goes, so that is going to constantly happen to me. All right.
Not help.
What are you trying to do? What is happening here?
Oh, the light's a little dark on the iPhone, but we're good.
A little dark on the iPhone.
We're fine.
We'll figure it out.
Next time.
You can't see all of my handsomeness right now. I apologize, okay? But it's all right. So I was at a party just this past week. It's a good friend of mine's birthday, and he had a Jurassic Park themed party. So you may have seen some of the pictures if you follow us on social media. They were fantastic. We had an outstanding time. I went as John Hammond. the creator of dinosaurs, so to speak, in this movie. The Scottish guy with the cane, with the mosquito. We have a T-Rex. That guy. So I'm this guy, and my wife came as an actual giant inflatable T-Rex. So I literally had a T-Rex. So we're at this party. I've got my cane in one hand. I've got her dinosaur suit in the same hand because she had taken it off and I was just holding the bag. In my other hand, I have my hat because I had taken my hat off, and I also have my beer. Now my beer is full. I just filled this beer. There was a keg. That's right, we went keg. We do kegs. That's what we do. Deal with it. Okay, we go kegs. We go hard. So I had a keg, beer, in a cup. Yeah, I had a beer. And while drinking this beer, with all said things in my hand, I stumbled and I dropped the beer. All right, but I didn't drop the beer all the way. I dropped the beer halfway. I caught it between my legs. Oh, fantastic catch. Fantastic catch. But I dropped half the beer. So you're talking about a 16-ounce solo cup, one of those little red cups. I lost half the beer. There's a good 8 ounces of fluid on the floor. I'm looking right in the face of my good friend Mark, whom I work with all the time. Now Mark had a couple of beers. And when Mark has had a couple of beers, yes Mark, I hope you're watching because this one's about you. Yeah, I was going to tell the story of my friend's like very scaredness to farts, but we're doing a cooking show. So that's a whole other story we'll get into someday possibly. However, this story involves beer and Mark and how Mark helped me in this situation. So I look at Mark and I go, Mark, I can't really move right now. I'm surrounded by liquid. Can you go grab me a napkin? This is Mark's reaction. And this is always Mark's reaction when he doesn't expect something and something happens. He goes, huh? Oh, okay, yeah. And then he goes, what? And then he went to help me, and he went so fast. He was so happy. So Mark comes back, and Mark brings me one Jurassic Park cocktail napkin. One. The tiniest little napkin you ever saw. And I looked down at the floor, I go, Mark, I spilled 8 ounces of beer. I didn't use 8 ounces, because honestly, I didn't know how many ounces it was at the time. It might have been 12. There was a lot of beer on the floor, but one napkin was not going to cover this beer. And I go, what the hell am I supposed to do with this, Mark? And he goes, huh? Oh, hold on. And he goes, and he comes back, he brought me one more cocktail napkin. Just one more. He didn't mind. What are you doing? This one is not going to die. Not enough. He went and he got me plenty of napkins after that, but my God. I can't clean that up with 2 napkins. I wish there were bubbles in here because I'm on a diet and I need bubbles. All right, that's it for story time. Thanks for tuning in for story time. Here's truly Chef Jeff. If we could get this camera going back over here, you want to see the weight loss? Someday. Not yet. On this show, fully naked.
Sorry.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry I thwarted your ability to see my husband half naked.
This is so nice. Oh, and look at that. Look at the timing.
Wow, that was really well done.
It's almost like I think about some of these things before we do this show. Just maybe a couple of them, but I promise you a lot of it's improv.
Sometimes it's planned.
Yeah, we have the occasional, hey, we know what we're doing moment, which is super nice. All right, this is starting to steam, which is perfect. I've seen just a couple of bubbles. Let me go ahead and turn the timer off, but leave your oven on because we're going right back in there in just a minute or two. Now what we want to do is we want to cover this. And just give it a little heat. Where's my big lid? There's my big lid. Oh, it's too big!
It's too big! I don't hear that very often.
There's the big lid. Yeah, it's too big. Not something I've heard, at least. I've heard that'll do.
Never.
Cut the size. You make your own opinions. Nice.
No
Really
lie.
honest about it.
No lie though, when we were making that apron, he gave me an inch. He gave me like the inches, and he goes, "Make it this big. We don't want to lie."
Yeah, that's right.
So I took off half an inch. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
This is not what
I thought it looked big. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, that looks a little big. I don't know. I just had another sip of my beer. So go ahead and have a sip of yours. And this one's empty, so let me go ahead and throw this out. Yeah, you like that? I did that behind me so you couldn't see the brand labeling. Endorse me. So let's pop this in the fridge. Get this bad boy going. Oh no! No, there's a trick. There's a trick. If you drop your beer and it shakes up just a little bit though. You don't want to overshake it and try this trick. Tap the top. Tippity tap. I know you are all sitting there right now in anticipation going, that's probably not going to work.
No, I said.
There's no way he's going to explode this all over his face, and this is going to be one of these moments where he has white foam all over his face during the show.
Oh God.
But in my head, I'm thinking, that's great for the show. That's perfect.
Right?
That's exactly what I want to have happen.
Whoa.
Just a little.
Oh.
Just a little. Hey, it just gives me something to slurp up. This just got a little homoerotic, didn't it? To each his own. To each his own. I don't judge, I provide. That's all I do.
You said, you know what you do when you drop a beer, and I said you don't call Mark for a cocktail napkin.
It's true. You do not call Mark for a cocktail napkin when you drop a beer. I did have another sip, however, so go ahead and have a sip yourselves if you're sipping along with us. Remember to go to whyshelovesme.com and just check out the website. All right, we've gotten thousands of hits since I started. This was awesome. All of these videos are getting hundreds of views. Continue to like and share to enter the raffle. Thank you. Guess hand washes, because we're coming up on the end of the hand wash guessing game where we cut it off and we set the limit. All right, so if you think you know how many times I'm going to wash my hands this episode, hint, one's coming right now because I'm about to get back to cooking. Go ahead and guess. All right, you get 2 guesses. We'll try to limit it after your first 2 guesses because you can't just guess 1 through 87. That's, I mean, really. You want a t-shirt that bad, hit me up. All right, I'll send you a t-shirt. We'll fight you alive so you can come hang out with us. We'll figure it out. Mike had just threatened me with death.
Yeah.
Death worked. I mean, that oddly enough.
It was one raffle away from death.
Yes, 1 raffle away from death. So I've already got a stalker. I want to say success. Like if somebody's stalking your show, you're successful, right?
At least 2 or 3 super fans. Like, it's really cool.
Okay.
Yes, that's
awesome.
outstanding. Any super fan is cool. Anybody who just likes the show is cool. Thank you. All right, let's wash my hands. Because now what we're going to do is we're going to start what I like to call the stuffing. That's right. It's like that movie with Mark Wahlberg, except stuff actually happens, and I explain it all. Instead of you leaving not knowing what the hell just went down, and people just dying left and right. Have you seen The Happening? Has anybody here seen The Happening?
Mm-hmm.
Are we doing polls tonight?
We can. So I've been really bad about reading the comments.
Oh.
There
You mean
are-
producing the show? You mean producing the show?
Yeah. So, Matt Jackson said it's such a wild card with all these extra people hand washing, and he's not going to be able to walk straight by the end of this.
Matt Jackson not walking straight. Too many people with the wild card hand washes.
Kim is finally here. I was awaiting her arrival.
Yeah, Kim! Hi, Kim!
Kim is our numero uno OG superfan, so I'm always anticipating.
I want to say Kim and Matt Jackson have a pretty good run for the
really
run against each other. I want to say
Kim, Matt
those
Jackson,
2.
and Mike are like our superfan crew.
Yes, that's right. Well, Mike had threatened me with death, so that's a little beyond super fan. That's
And
legit.
I still will.
Yes, and she still might kill me.
So.
Yeah, you know, Kim's too nice to threaten with death, so Mike is on like stalker
Yes.
All right.
status.
I'm going to have another sip of this on that note because I'm just fearful for my life at this point.
She good.
I always wonder what's going to happen like when somebody finally wins the raffle that I've never met before.
Yeah.
And they're just coming to dinner and it's just some random person and I'm like, oh, hey.
Slice of Rife becomes a real slice.
That's right. Stuff's gonna be weird. Just you'll have to show ID at my gate. Okay, I live in a very posh neighborhood. I just want to let you know that. Okay, it's very classy over here. You don't get in without ID. They turn you right around. Very classy. All right, we're gonna pull these peppers out now. They've been in there for long enough. They look like they needed just a little bit longer before, but oh, that looks good.
But they gotta test their firmness.
That is wonderful. So you want them just nice and roasted. They shouldn't be doing anything crazy yet. They'll smell delicious. They'll look nice and golden on the outside. We are going to flip them over now, and we are going to start the stuffing. Okay, so I'm going to get out my mozzarella cheese, which I was supposed to have before, but totally forgot to pull out. Not one of the things I do often. Usually I always remember to pull out. but on this specific occasion, I forgot. So here we are. Here we are, and I left it in.
Oh my god.
All right, so all you have to do, you literally take some tongs. Obviously, they're hot. They just came out of the oven. And just go ahead and flip those. Look at that steam rise up. That is glorious. That's why we do them face down, by the way, too. They steam on the inside. They cook better. They get soft all the way through. Nice. Look at this. Oh, this is wonderful. These look fantastic. You did a wonderful job seasoning these peppers.
Woo!
Setting up all these peppers. Hey, whose is this one that doesn't have the tip?
Oh,
It's not Jessie's.
Okay, who threatened you with death?
Uh-oh, that's right. And we all saw what she's willing to do to the pepper.
You really want to go there?
No, I don't. No, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not going there ever again. I do not want to go to there. All right, I need a spoon because it is time for the stuffing. Okay, so let's give this one last little stir in here. Actually, I can use this spoon. We're going to give this a last little stir.
Wait, what are we stuffing?
We're stuffing the peppers.
Not
me. Not yet. No, not yet. No. That's after dinner.
That kind of show.
Yes, we end the live show before any of that. Oh, we have a nice group here tonight.
Yeah.
My parents are here. That's not weird at all.
They're joining.
My gosh.
We stop at the innuendo. It never goes further.
Yes, we do stop at the innuendo.
Innuendo.
Right when I put it in your endo, it's done.
Hey!
Hey! That's that guy who makes little jokes about the things that go in the places. That's that guy. That is me. All right. So literally just fill these up with as much as they'll take, but don't go too high over the top because we got to put cheese on top, and you don't want it all to melt and slide right off. Okay? So fill them up to the brim, but not beyond the brim. You don't want to be greedy here. Let's just get all this meat and this cauliflower rice right inside here. That looks so good. I haven't even tasted this sauce. I probably should have tasted it. But you know what? It's going to be delicious. Oh.
Everyone's going tee.
What happened? We got people online comment. What's going on now?
Everyone's just giggling.
Everyone's just giggling
Yeah.
about all the awkward jokes about me and my parents and some
Matt
awkward
Jackson
orgies.
is requesting him their floss dance.
Matt, I did the floss dance last week, Matt.
Yes.
Oh, do it now.
I can't do the floss dance
Do
every
it,
episode.
Do it! Do it!
I will not be your monkey dance. There's no way I'll do a monkey dance. Ooh, I'm just noticing the way the knife moves there. That looks good. That's right. I got rhythm. Imagine that in you. Wait, no, I'm sorry. Hey, no, not in your a-hole. I don't know. Oh, ayo. Oh, got you. My bad.
Reeling you back in, line across, brother. Come on.
Oh, that was a line cross?
Reeling you back in.
By the way, parental guidance is suggested. I'm cooking topless, so maybe don't let your kids watch. Unless your kids want to cook topless too and be the man when they grow up, in which case join it. I'm just saying, I know little Logan and them are watching right now. They're having some good times.
They took their shirts off and had towels over their shoulders because they wanted to be like you.
Yes, and they were in little aprons. It was one of the cutest things I'd ever seen.
Adorable. It was a monumental moment in Slice of Rife history.
It made me want to have kids.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, that could be my little son or daughter cooking topless. Everybody said "oh," but missed the fact that I said that could be my daughter cooking topless. Like I threw that could be my son or daughter cooking topless, and they were like,
Super chef. She'll be tasteful. She'll wear like a bikini top or something.
ooh, bikini
I'm
top.
waiting
I
for
like
the
that.
Slice of Rife onesie.
Yes.
I
We
got
are
a
going to
9-month-old
make them.
that needs it.
We are going to
Knife
make them.
included.
You gotta tell me what size you need, and I got you. Bro.
9 months.
All right.
And we don't mean knife size, because that's just weird on a child. But we do want to know the actual size the child needs to fit into.
9 months.
9 months, heard. We will make that happen. All right, all of our peppers are looking nice and stuffed here. Plenty of sauce left. Now what's nice is this sauce is going to continue to simmer, so leave it on the heat because we're going to use it on the bottom for plating too. So it's going to be the meat sauce with the cauliflower rice, then topped with the roasted red pepper, and then there's going to be a nice little Parmesan cream sauce that we put around the side for dipping and for adding to it, as well as a little dollop. Just a little dollop right on the top of the actual peppers. So let's keep this over here for now. Let's put the lid back on this so that it keeps all that heat in and just keeps nice and warm. Keep it around 2 or 3 so it's simmering. And let me show you these. Let me grab a oven mitt so I don't burn myself because this is still hot. And check those out. They're all stuffed now. They're all nice and stuffed with deliciousness. And the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to sprinkle cheese all over the top of these. So just kind of smother them with some mozzarella. All right, so I got my nice little bag of mozzarella here. It's fresh grated. I got the whole milk mozzarella. If you need to, you know, tone it down a little, you can. But just put a nice big helping of mozzarella right on top. I'll show these to you as soon as I'm done so you can see what they look like.
Yum.
Oh, this is going to be fantastic.
This is one of the wife's favorite dishes.
Yes, this is one of my wife's favorite dishes. And honestly, for diet food, it's one of mine too. Because it doesn't really taste like diet food. It tastes like you're cheating.
It's delicious for regular food.
It is, yeah, it's just good food. It's just good food. So let's put that all on there. I'm glad I got 2 bags because I'm making so many of these.
Yum.
Plus they were buy one, get one free. You really can't beat the deals at, and that could be your local establishment if you just decided to sponsor me. I'm just saying, we could have had you out there, okay? I do have my friend Mike Moulter who's been tuning in quite recently, and he has a little betting site, okay? And he offered to give me a little sponsor, moneylinewages.com. Just saying. He writes, he's very big into the legal gambling thing. He knows everything there is to know, so follow him at legalsportsbetting.com, Mike Moulter, and there you'll be able to read all of his articles. But moneylinewagers.com. I want to say it's Moneyline Wagers. I can't look at my phone right now, but I love you, Mike. Mike Moulter. Join him and make sure you get some of your legal gambling advice from him. Okay, because he will help you at least make sure you're not breaking the law. All right, because it's not perfect down here yet, but you know, if you want to know some stuff, talk to my man right there. All right, so we got these covered with some cheese. This looks wonderful.
Got you covered.
Oh, you know, I was watching a little Gordy Ramsden cooking thing the other day, and I was like, you know, why do people like this guy so much? He's kind of dry. He doesn't have any of my sexiness behind him. You know, like if he would just take his shirt off. I bet he's got some guns under there, you know? Like, I bet Ramsey's looking good. I mean, he has to flex on all those people like that all the time. Because that's all he's doing in there in the kitchen. I'm washing my hands, by the way. Make sure you're having your beverage. Make sure that goes into the count. And we are going to end it right here at this last hand wash. Okay? This is the last time that you can guess how many times I'm going to wash my hands. So make that happen right now. Micah's running to grab her phone. Oh, she's washing her hands. Oh, we have a sneak hand wash. It's a sneak hand wash. Yes, and that counts. That counts. We discussed that that counts. So, sneak hand wash. Didn't see that coming. That was nice. That was a good call. I enjoy that. I enjoy that very much.
But it's not the last hand wash.
That's not the last hand wash, but that is the last time to guess. So that sneak hand wash got in there. If you'd already placed your last guess, you don't even know that was coming, and it did. A lot of times that's what my wife says about me. She just doesn't know, and then it happens. Has no idea what's coming. And then I do whatever I do. Oh, I just meant like in life. Like, because I'm very, you know, you never know what I'm going to do. I'm spontaneous.
Matt Jackson gets 69 hand washes.
I'm going to make that happen one episode. Just for shits and giggles. Like, that's going to happen one episode.
Shoots and ladders.
Shoots and ladders. Yeah. No, come on. I can say ass. They say it on the radio all the time. I can say shit,
Granny
right?
might be watching.
Who?
Granny.
Hi,
Granny! Yes. So, Christina Pooley recently revealed to me that her grandmother is a big fan of our show. So she watches and she was like, I can't believe you know him. And I was like, yeah, that's so cool. But she just doesn't understand why I'm topless. I don't get it. Granny, you're supposed to be my demographic. Like, I'm, come on.
Come on.
Cute guy cooking food. You know, a little older. I'm gonna spark that up. What's up? Oh, now I gotta wash my hands. Look at that. I go licking hands and kissing. And now I gotta give him a quick little wash before I go touching all of your peppers.
Heyo.
You always want to wash your hands before you rub the peppers.
He does no more guesses count. He doesn't keep counting, right? No, he does. Like, the hand washes count.
Yes.
Stop guessing.
You just, you can't guess anymore. All right, now these are going to go back in. These are going to go back in for about 15 minutes, okay? So just pop them right back in there quick and get these cooking. We're going to put our timer on for 15 minutes. And while those cook, we are going to make our Parmesan cream sauce.
Full cream sauce.
Yes, and you are going to be surprised at how easy it is to make this Parmesan cream sauce. First thing you have to do is you got to make a roux, which is easy. We're just talking about some flour and some butter, and then we're just going to add some milk and some Parmesan, and it's going to be pretty much game on. Now, if you're making a different type of cheese sauce, because this is pretty much the way you make just about any cheese sauce, Parmesan is okay to use grated. Because the way Parmesan is, they don't have to add a lot of separate things to try to keep the cheese fresh. But if you're going to use any other type of pre-shredded cheese, like say you want to make a cheddar cheese sauce, don't get shredded cheese. Because they add a lot of flours and other things to the outside of that cheese to try to keep it from going bad. And your cheese sauce is going to taste terrible. I've made plenty of horrible cheese sauces before I knew this. Get a block of cheese and shred the cheese yourself. It's going to be better, I promise you. It's something you can do. Parmesan, however, not a problem. You have fun with Parmesan. It's a hard cheese. It's a cheese that you don't need a lot of preservatives in. It's a very old aged cheese. They don't do much with this other than grate it and throw it in the jar for you. So Parmesan you don't have to worry about. However, if you're going to make any other cheese sauce, and I like cheesesteaks, so I make cheese sauces. And this is something my wife taught me, which is even better.
I was just going to ask you, hey Jeff, who taught you how to make a cheese
Oh, were
sauce?
you?
Hey.
Were you so excited to get in there and claim some credit?
I
And
couldn't wait.
put me on blast on my TV show?
Not putting you on blast, just giving credit where credit's
On
due.
blast.
Exactly.
I
Why
know all
he
my
loves
cooking
me.
things because of my...
Hey.
Yes, why? That's why I love her.
Kimberly, our culinary expert that we like to refer to, she said, just an FYI, for anyone on a low-carb diet, the grated cheese in a bag has either potato starch or cornstarch in the bag to keep the pieces separated.
Yes,
Otherwise,
potato
it's
starch or corn starch. So if you're on one of these diets like I am, where you're not supposed to have a lot of that, do not use that cheese at all.
Yep.
Because it's going to have that on it. And I just threw a bunch of mozzarella in the oven that has that on it. But like we discussed earlier, I've lost all my weight and I'm good. And there's a little bit of flour. You're going to be okay. This isn't going to kill anybody's diet. But I'm going to grab some flour
Also,
right
on
now.
another unrelated note,
Yes.
your Aunt June said after all that hand washing, do you need her to send you some hand cream?
You know, honestly, the other day, my hand right around here had gotten really dry and it almost just cracked wide open from me just doing that. But you also have to understand, I work in a restaurant.
Yeah.
I wash my hands there.
Never.
Almost every time I walk into the kitchen, I wash my hands, or into the back room. Like, I wash my hands 4,000 times a night. My hands are naturally moist. They get a lot of lotion. Don't ask me why. But there's plenty of lotion that goes on my hands. So for right now, my hands are okay. Now I'm going to use this one that I showed you earlier you can make your meat in to make my cream sauce. If you're making less than I'm making, use a smaller little one because you want to actually be able to stir things up and get it going. We're going to do this though, and I'm going to pull out the cutest whisk in the world, okay? We're going to unveil this. This is a new unveiling. This is the cutest whisk in the world.
That's just the knife on your apron.
It's the, oh, this guy. It's actually longer, it's bigger. But this is the cutest little whisk ever. All right, I also forgot to pull out the flour, so that's twice tonight I forgot to pull out. But we have a lot of people here, and you know, when you're doing a group thing like this, you can't always remember. It's just one of those things. So normally, I would be using half a cup of Parmesan, a tablespoon and a half of butter, about a cup of milk, and 2 tablespoons of flour, but I'm making double tonight, so I'm using double that. So give me just a second while I measure out 4 tablespoons of flour. See that math right off the top of my head? I told you I was okay at math. Told you I wasn't the worst. All right, that's 2. That's 3. And that's 4 right there. And if you use a little less flour or a little more flour, it's not that big of a deal. I would lean towards less, if anything, because you don't want it to be too thick. Pop this flour away. We still have a good amount of time. We got 10 minutes going, and that's all it's going to take. So we're going to take our butter. I'm using 3 tablespoons because, like I said, I'm doubling it. And you're going to go over medium-high heat. Now, I know that seems like crazy, but you're doing medium-high heat here because what we're going to do with the roux is you're going to melt the butter, you're going to throw the flour in, you're going to stir that up, you're actually going to let that bubble for a little bit. It's going to get thick. It's weird to see. It gets pasty, it gets awkward, but that's the right way to do it. So let it get a little pasty, let it thicken up, let it do its thing. I'm going to wipe this pan out a little. I got some tomato sauce in this pan, and we don't need any of that. Perfect. Perfect. Ooh, I missed. I am no kawaii. Or Kawi. Kawi! That's a little call out for BIP sessions. If you don't tune into BIP sessions, do. Patrick Bip Life Lawson. Yeah, it's some fun stuff, man. They talk sports, they talk everything. I mean, there's nothing they won't talk about. Literally nothing they won't talk about. That is also parental guidance suggested. But let's just say I did predict the Raptors to win the series in that when all of them were saying Golden State. Throwing that out, I'm going to toot my own little horn. I said don't sleep on the East. Do not sleep on Kauai and the Raptors. And there is evidence on one of their live shows of me doing that. So get on that. And again, this is I believe it's moneylinewagers.com. I want to say that's the website. Mike, if you're watching, go ahead and comment what the name of that is. But you can also find Mike Moulter on LegalSportsBetting.com under Mike Moulter, giving you all of the updates on legal sports betting. So make sure you go to him and you work through that. And on that note, it's drink time.
Cheers!
Cheers, everybody,
Cheers.
to what is about to be an incredible meal. Now's not a bad time to start setting the table. If anybody, Andy? I mean, I know you're reading comments.
Nope.
Is anybody else watching live wants to read some comments while we do this? Because we're gonna set the table now for all of our guests. We're good on
Micah
comments?
says, wow, I had no idea I'm on a low carb diet. Thank you so much.
Yes. Yes, I didn't know that about
Yes,
the shredded cheese in a bag.
I had no idea.
100% better.
Kimberly, we have to have you on. You know so much more than me about food.
Kim's gotta come. So,
Yes, it makes
I was
me.
actually-
You almost make me sad, but it also proves that you don't need to really know what you're doing to do what I'm doing, and to have fun. Like we're just making food for
But
people
Kim
and having a
knows
good
what she's
time.
doing.
I know, and it makes it so much better. So come to a show.
Well, she wants to come.
Teach me
You
your
know,
Jedi ways.
I was actually going to ask in the comments, Kim, let us know if you want to come for our Let's Cook next week. And then, I mean, she likes insurance more than anything. I think we should
Yes.
grandfather her in.
You can come whenever you want. Okay, Kim?
Standing invitation. Take him up on that.
Just threaten me with death. You get to come. It's been proven.
Oh,
Yeah, but Micah won fair and square.
Mm-hmm.
We were at work and
You
I said,
remember how
Jeff,
many
I'm
times I
gonna
had to
like
bowl?
this 82 times.
And you did. As I was going through the likes, it was your name like
Can I
8 times in
tell
a
you
row on the share.
And I'm watching, and I'm just like, okay. Jesse gets it twice. Eye twitching, and then it was my
She's like,
and I was
eye twitching.
there. I was starting to sharpen my knife. I was like, okay, I'm heading over to their house. I just gotta end this.
We were so like, I put your name in there so many, every time you like your name
I
went in
could
there.
see the fear in you guys. You were like, oh my god, how is her name not getting?
How? She's the only name in here for the most part. There's like 10 other people and then there's 37 Micahs. And I pulled 2 people that weren't Micah in a row.
And then,
Unbelievable.
3 actually, if you
You
count
didn't
even
even win the t-shirt. Yeah, like you didn't even win the t-shirt.
No, and then that's what you said. You were like, watch your name be in here, and you win the t-shirt.
Yeah, I pulled Jesse twice before I pulled you.
I
right.
got a shirt 1 week and then I got the show.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so your bubble or your butter should get bubbling just a little bit.
fancy, but
So you got just a little bubble going on the butter. Don't brown it. You don't want to cook it too long and brown it. But now you're just going to add the flour right in. So just sprinkle the flour in, and then we're going to use that cutest whisk in the world ever to go ahead and mix this up. We're
All right, so Kimberly says,
That's
I'll
right.
know tomorrow if we can come. Matt Jackson says, I can't wait to be in Florida in November to come to a live show. As long as I don't have to circumcise peppers.
No, you will not have to circumcise anything.
I'm the only one that circumcised the pepper.
He may get circumcised while he's here.
It was falling off.
All right, so I want to show you this because I don't want you to freak out. It's going to get pasty. It's going to get a little pasty. Do not freak out. Just keep it on the heat. Keep cooking it. You'll see it bubble a little bit. You'll see it cook. All you're doing right now is you're basically rendering the butter into the flour so it all becomes one kind of gel. And then that gel is what's going to thicken your cheese sauce. So you need it to get like this for it to work properly. Kimberly, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. That's the way I understood. Can Kimberly be our fact checker?
She really should be. We
Yes.
should have her here
Like, I
every
need you
week.
here to help me produce and just be like, actually, you're wrong.
If we have her here every week, we'd be stealing her away from church, so I don't want to do that.
We'd be doing what?
She goes to church on Thursdays, so I don't want to take her away, but I would love to have her here every week.
Couldn't you go to church earlier or later on Thursdays? I mean, technically, I'm in my church right now. Live video ended on Instagram.
Yeah, it was too long.
Can you go too long on Instagram?
I guess you know.
Wow, that sucks for them. I guess we'll have to start a new one. If somebody wants to pop up here and start a new one so people can catch the end of the show.
See what I can do.
It's on the phone on the right. Just hit share. No, right, on the right. Yeah, hit save on the top. All right, that's fine. And then just hit the top left. Yep, and then swipe over one to go live.
Whoops, that was not correct.
No, but that's a good picture. And your face in the Facebook one is fantastic. So we're good there.
Hi guys.
I gotta keep stirring this so this doesn't burn. You do not want this burning too much.
No.
But you do want it to, just that nice little lightness.
Oh,
That's
thanks. It's the Too Faced Chocolate Brownie Eye Pencil. Shameless plug.
All right. We're gonna add the milk on that note. So let's add the milk. And we're gonna keep this on a higher heat because we want this to boil a little.
Thanks, Tay. Yeah, that roux that he made, you do really cook it like until you think you're overcooking it.
Yes, it almost gets a little brown.
Yeah.
But
Like it's
that's
toasty.
good. That's what you want. And then you're gonna keep using this little whisk. And you're basically going to see, as my wife taught me, with this milk and everything like that, I need to add one more cup of milk because I know I didn't add enough milk. There we go. I needed this whole thing, but I only had that little one left. It's going to get thick itself. So you're going to see this almost start to look like the cheese sauce before you actually add the cheese, which is perfect. You want it to. This milk and everything really is pretty much the cheese sauce. And then you're just adding some flavor to it. So keep stirring this. I might need a bigger whisk because this tiny whisk was cute and all and it was fun to pull out. But sometimes size matters.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Well,
getting
you
to
got
the
your
point.
rubber one. It's right
I'm
there.
going to use my rubber one, yeah.
Ooh, use a rubber, baby.
Yeah,
Safe cooking always.
when the little one doesn't work,
All right,
you pull out the
Instagram
rubber
doesn't want to
one.
cooperate. We'll.
That's okay. All right, well,
We got there.
Insta Live, we tried.
We were trying new things.
Yeah, don't tell us we didn't try. Ooh, this is already getting nice and thick, too. This is looking wonderful.
Wouldn't let you go back home?
Yeah, it was saying there were connection issues. So
Oh, maybe that's why it ended. Maybe it was just connection issues.
Es posible.
Sorry, my internet's not the greatest. I have, I'm not going to tell you because they don't sponsor me.
Ew.
Yeah, that's right. Show me the money. Pretend I'm Tom Cruise. And this is a movie that was overrated. You like me better than Tom Cruise? All right.
That is a heck of a compliment.
Then yes, that is. I guess I'm not Tom Cruise.
Not if you're referring to Vanilla Sky or whatever that movie was.
Oh, I love Vanilla Sky. You
Really?
don't like Vanilla Sky?
No, I didn't get it.
Vanilla Sky was one of my favorite movies
Taylor Wilson says
ever.
IGTV usually lets you put longer videos.
Well, I think we had a connection issue, Taylor, but thank you for the information.
Yes,
because I thought so too.
It kind of just cut out,
It's all
and
good.
it's all right.
But hey, Tay, you're watching on FB, so you good.
What's up?
Hi, Taylor.
Can I give a shout out to someone?
Yes, you can.
Okay, Isabella from work wants to make sure you get your lighter back, so here it is.
That is so nice.
Thank you,
She made
Isabella.
sure before she went on vacation, she said,
Thank
Micah,
you.
make sure
Wow.
Jeff gets his lighter back. There
That
it is.
That is a rarity in the restaurant
There it
world.
It works. It works.
Your car, your lighter.
No one gives you anything back. Pens, lighters, wine keys. If you lend it to someone, it's gone.
It's gone.
Nope. And that came right back to me.
There's
Thanks,
your
Isabella.
lighter.
You, the real MVP.
Okay,
Yes.
I was just the vessel. I made sure I could take it.
Thanks, Micah, for
You're
not
welcome.
being a terrible human.
Thanks, Micah. Oh, that cheese sauce is looking super thick and delicious. Look at how it's thickened. Just look, it should drip like that. Look at that. Look at that consistency.
That looks so delicious.
And this is just the milk and the flour and the roux. This
There's
actually
a cheese
isn't
in it,
any
cheese in
cheese
it.
yet. Can I have a napkin, please? I might have made it a little messy. Add a little salt to it. Just a little salt, but you don't need much because of the Parmesan. Thank you very much. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to add the Parmesan to this now.
Where that came from.
And that's our peppers, okay? So everything's coming together right at the same time.
Timing.
Which is always the way I plan it. That's right. Your kid is good at what he does, even when he's bad. So let's add all that Parmesan. Lower the heat just a little bit and just mix that in. Because that's pretty much it for this cream sauce. Get that bad boy.
June asked if we have an electric or a gas stove. It is electric.
It is electric. It is an electric stove. Gas grill, electric stove. But that's just because I hate the time it takes to heat up charcoal. Although I do like charcoal. Charcoal's pretty delicious.
Yes.
You get a very nice flavor. All right.
Yes, that does.
Now, one of the things I do to this, which is just, mainly for presentation, is I throw some parsley in there. Just add some green to it, and it makes it look nice. So you just throw a little of that in there. And then I also top things with a little bit of parsley at the end of it, but you'll see all that. So let's just sprinkle a little, just a little. And you'll see how nice this cheese sauce looks now. You just get all that drippy, gooey goodness. And that right there, nice little Parmesan cream sauce. Wonderful. All right, we're going to keep that on super low heat. Super low heat just to keep it hot, but you don't want to lose too much of the mixture. You just don't want to let it cool down because it will solidify. We're going to hit the broiler now just for a couple of minutes on these guys because I want that cheese on top to get a little brown. All right, so just hit it with the broiler. It'll be like 3 more minutes, then everything else is good to go, and we are set. And that leads us towards the end of the show here.
Also, Patrick's sisters are watching.
Who is?
Patrick's sisters, Haley and Andy with an I.
Andy with an
Haley
eye.
with an eye. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much. Just so you know tonight, I appreciate all of you for coming out. Thank you so much, raffle winners, for liking and sharing and supporting. Don't forget to like and share on your end so that you can go ahead and join in on the next live cook if you win the raffle, or at least win a t-shirt. We'll have the hand wash count shortly. I'll need to wash my hands at least one more time. And Mike is coming in to throw a little game changer in there. That's right. Also, that's a drink.
Get in there.
Oh, we got another one coming in. Everybody get a double hand wash. Get on in there. Ooh. That's the group hand wash. That's exciting. That's the first time that's happened at my house. Hand wash style, that is. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get our plates out for plating because it's plating time. So here we are. Set these bad boys up.
Super cute.
Alright, if everybody would like to find
Very
a seat
nice.
at the table.
Yes, go ahead, grab seats at the table because we have plating going on right here, and it is about to be time to eat this delicious thing that I've cooked for us.
I have had my seat all night.
I like it. Don't forget to like and share. You still have time between now and Sunday to enter in the raffle so that you can come and you can join in. If you haven't guessed your hand washes yet, I'm sorry the hand wash game is over, but we will pick a winner. We'll let you know who it is on Sunday once we can verify the hand wash count. Go to whyshelovesme.com. Check out next week's recipe. Follow us at Slice of Rife on Instagram and Facebook. Always at Slice of Rife, where we show you how to indulge in a little bit of a good slice of rife. You know, like you get your own little slice of rife every day here.
Not to cut into it before you end the show, speaking of slice of rife, because it's about life. Your dad would really like to show off his
Yes!
Yes!
Please, can I show
Yes!
Yes! My father has now created quite the collection of slippers. He has some of the most amazing slippers I've ever seen in my life, and we're all happy to add to his slipper collection.
Genesis says, I wish I could see everyone sitting at the table with their plates.
You will be able to. We are going to turn the camera around. The last segment now that we do is I turn the camera around, and then you get to watch us all eat that first bite.
Yes, wherever you'd like.
You don't get to eat it with us unless you cooked it at home, but if you cooked it at home, you could sit there with yours as well, and then we can all enjoy it together. Oh, suck it, these look so good.
Yes!
Oh, these look so good. Let's go ahead and turn this off. And let's pull these out, and I'm gonna let the camera peek these real quick. I just want you to peek at these. Just peek at those. Yes. Take a little peek, see at these delicious freaking things that we're about
Oh
to
my
throw in
gosh, those are
everybody's mouths.
beautiful.
You goddamn right they are.
Matt Jackson says you need slice of Rife slippers now.
Slice of Rife
Oh!
sneakers.
Challenge accepted.
Yes.
And Taylor
Challenge
Wilson
accepted.
said, will you do a steak dish soon?
Oh.
Yes, I will do a steak dish.
Yes.
We're actually, look, there's a lot of things coming. This is our last Lean and Green episode because I'm done with my diet. So from here on out, it's anything goes for what we're doing. So if you have stuff that you want to see us cook, if you want to find a fun little way to make it quick and easy, send me ideas, send me message ideas, comment in there when you like and share. Let me know. We're here to have fun. We're here to have fun with you. So if there's something you want to see, I mean, that's the whole point of doing it, is to show you things you want to see. So you let me know.
I still want the zucchini lasagna.
You want the zucchini lasagna?
We got it.
All right.
Sounds amazing.
We'll throw a lean and green in there
It's okay.
every now and then, just for, you know, shoots and ladders.
Let me know when it's coming up, and I'll like it 82 times.
Oh, I shall. All
Donna
right.
says, what are you cooking?
Huh?
Donna says, what are you cooking?
Donna, tonight we are doing ground turkey and cauliflower rice stuffed peppers over some of that sauce as well, with a Parmesan cream sauce topped with mozzarella and broiled to perfection. And you're about to see it on a plate because we're about to do the plating. So what I do is I take a couple scoops of this and put it right in the middle for the plating. You're basically making a little bed right now for our peppers to sit in.
And Taylor
Make it a
Wilson
nice
says,
little
let me
bed.
know, I will donate all the money.
Oh, outstanding. Wait,
That's so
donate
nice.
money for what?
I don't know.
For
The
Slice of
steak
Rife.
dish.
Maybe steak.
The steak dish.
Wait,
Oh, the
people want to
steak
donate
dish.
to the show? That's new.
Yeah, we should get that going.
I smell a Kickstarter.
Show me the money.
To be the
Show me the money. Show me. Let's prep the peppers. Let's prep the peppers.
Just to be clear, we're not asking for money, but that was super sweet.
Yes, but we did do a very good
I'll
job of
donate too.
chanting. That was
That was
wonderful.
You're so lovely.
What, for
I
steak?
feel like I had a dream about chanting.
Patrick Beef
Have we
with some
chanted
glaze
on this show before and it was terrible?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So that wasn't a dream. That's just my terrible memory in my old age.
Patrick, can you get some glaze from BT?
Wow.
What's that about?
Okay.
All right. While I finish plating these, why don't you go ahead and start turning the camera around to all the people waiting, very diligent for me to come bring these over to them
Delicious.
at the table.
All right, these are our guests this evening. Hello, guys.
Yes, you guys take over now. You guys enjoy.
Are you guys excited to eat this meal?
Yes.
Yes?
Delicious.
It smells amazing.
What's
So
been-
good. I'm
What's
so
been
excited.
your favorite part of being on Slice of Rife so far?
Andy.
Oh,
Aw.
that is.
I second that.
Hey, what am I, chop liver? What am I, ground
Honey.
turkey in this?
No, but okay, maybe
I like Jeff.
second favorite. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Pat.
You know what? Hold on. I like the parents.
They legitimately gave life to Slice
Yes,
of
they
Rife.
did.
Without them, there would be no show.
Nothing.
I love the high fiving. Belated Happy Father's Day to this man over here.
We did
Which,
one- we
which
did one
none of
tomorrow
this
for
would have been
everybody.
possible along with the beautiful woman sitting right next to him. So,
Aw.
you know, shout out where shout outs due. All right, we're coming back to you, Jeff.
Coming back to me. Ooh, look at that. Back to me. Thanks, Tim. Hey, over here in the kitchen. What we've got going on is some blading and some peppers. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to grab these bad boys there. We're just sitting right on top. Oh, look at that, Tim. That is just fantastic. Really liking what I'm seeing there. Oh, you know, I haven't seen that technique since the early 80s. Somebody puts their hand on things like that, and you think, ooh, that's full throttle, but then he pulls it back just a little, and you go, no, that's precision control. And that's the way it goes. Now, we made some extra peppers, okay? So there are going to be a couple of extras in case anybody wants seconds, but they are pretty filling, so we'll see.
Very filling.
I'm going to give you the big ones, though. You're going to all get the big one tonight.
Oh, Peppa.
Look at that. Look at that.
Am I waiting for parsley before I divvy?
Huh?
Am I waiting for parsley? Oh, I'm waiting for parsley and cream sauce before I start.
Parmesan cream sauce is going to go down just now. Just a little bit of this Parm cream sauce. So we just do a little dab.
Okay.
A little dollop on the top.
You gotta dab when you dab.
You got to dab.
No, did you dab when you dabbed? No.
I think I'm just going to put it on the top here. Just a little bit on the top each one.
Dwayne says Patrick is in the building.
Yes.
And Patrick says to Dwayne, beer nuts.
Wait, Jesse, you gotta tell you how to say it.
Oh, I don't know how to say it.
Say it.
To be in that.
Be
I felt horrible, actually.
What are you trying to do?
How Dwayne says beer now?
It's bed naps.
Beer naps.
Yeah, naps.
Bayanaps?
Bayonets.
Like bayonets? Like bayanaps?
Yes. It's
Bayanaps.
not bed naps.
Bayanaps.
I'm
Bayanaps.
so
That
sorry,
was a
maybe
good
I'm
attempt.
butchering your accent.
All of my accents are terrible though, so honestly it doesn't matter what accent I'm
No,
doing.
what did we say the other day? Scottish isn't bad?
He doesn't have
Oh yeah, my
She does.
Scottish is
Yeah,
terrible.
right.
Right. Have a T-Rex.
She tries, yes.
Sprinkle.
No,
But like
Sprinkle.
normally no.
Alright, what can I
No,
say?
she really tries not to have
Sprinkle.
Sprinkle.
If you just
Sprinkle.
speak to her,
Sprinkle.
she.
You gotta say
Sprinkle.
She'll be talking to me and I'm like, hold on, hold on, hold on.
yes, delicious.
Sprinkle.
She'll go, sorry. I said.
All right.
I'm like, oh,
Are they done?
okay.
All right.
Both like heavy accents.
Take a little peek at that.
Wow.
It looks fantastic. And let's get these served out to the table now.
Alright, here we go.
Let's
Take
get
one and
these
then
bad
pass
boys
it down.
Here we go.
Whatever.
Pass these down. Get those going out over there. Let's get these out to everybody. Enjoy
Oh, I
these.
get the circumcised one.
Yes. Yes, Micah gets the circumcised one for surezies.
That was the one you did, girl.
I know, I appreciate it.
Dirty. That one's her pack.
Can we confirm?
Circumcised is okay.
That one's her pack.
Circumcised is just fine.
Yeah, you go first.
Stick anyway.
Right? Well, it doesn't matter if you eat it all, but there are some that are bigger than others.
That's
Oh,
fine.
that's what she said.
There are some that are bigger than others, and that's okay. Because it's not the size of the pepper. It's how good you stuff it. That's right. You didn't think I was going to be able to pull that one around, but I did. That's another hand wash, by the way. Let me make sure I use soap. We want to make it legit.
She's got it.
But this is also the last hand wash of the episode. There you go. Remember to like and share the video. We're about to turn this around and show you this delicious food that we're eating. But make sure you like and share. Make sure that you tune in again 2 weeks from now. We do it every other week. Give me just a second. We're coming right around.
For roaming and for connecting to the
We're
circle.
coming right around.
I called back
And here we are.
10 seconds.
Whoa!
$2.
Oh, there we go. So let me do this just a little. We'll adjust this. No, that's okay. Hold on, we need to get everybody in this. I'm going to go on the other side. I'm going to the kitchen.
We're going in the kitchen.
We're going to go to the other side, and we'll go from here. That works. Now everybody's in. There we are. No, you're good. You're good. Everybody's in.
You're fine. Everyone's good to go.
Everybody is in, and we are set to go.
You better save me some.
Oh.
We have an extra one. I have 2 extra peppers. We will send home Micah with a pepper and a plate. Yes,
I'll
absolutely.
bring you home one.
I will. Yeah, we will send you home unless you're coming here, which I didn't expect. But by all means, we have extra peppers.
Like I'm ready to eat. I'm sorry.
All right. Here we go. We're all gonna sit down now.
Dig in,
I
guys.
got the head of the table,
Okay.
so let's go ahead and try.
Dig in, dig in,
Let's
dig
see.
in.
Yes, everybody eat. See how this is. See how it is. I'm not even gonna taste it. I just want to admire it, but I want to look at it.
I'm gonna scoop some of this extra
I want to keep
one.
going. What do you mean? What do you mean? Here.
Oh,
Here.
sorry, did I take
I got you right
we
there.
all just skipped one.
Everybody's okay. We all have food? All right, everybody eat some food. Tell me what we're thinking here. What do we like? Is it good? Is it okay?
Oh, it's warm.
Is everything good? Everything's good? It's delicious?
Yes.
I
Very
want,
good.
can you play it up just a little bit for everybody in the audience? Who
It's
maybe
so good.
Oh,
Amazing.
oh, that aroma. Oh,
Very good.
oh, oh.
I'm
This is the
very-
second best thing I've had
I
tonight.
am making this next week.
Yes.
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 So good. I do need to step on my pepper game.
Wow.
Wow, that's good.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what? I didn't tell all you guys, but here's what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna say it, and then you guys go, why she loves me. I always forget to prep this. I always forget to tell everybody because I'm in such a rush. But here at whyshelovesme.com, we make delicious food. We do it simple. We do it fast. We do it fun. We leave time to play around, get drunk, wash your hands, and make sure it's sanitary. And that's
Why she loves me!
Yeah!